good evening. Welcome to the NWP call this evening. Thanks for joining me. My name's Rich Simmonds. I'm one of the founding partners of NWP. And before we go any further, I just want to mention to you that NWP doesn't offer financial advice. This is all based on my personal experience. And it's very important that you understand how your money is being utilized. And also that remember that there's no guarantees, and past performance, although I'll show you past performance and it's been very consistent, there is no guarantee that that'll be like that in the future. So my goal is very simple, and that's to help you achieve a consistent weekly income. With NWP, they've got a fantastic program. It's sustainable, and we'll look at all those aspects of the sustainability. And it's really a system that's been put together for you and your future generations. With NWP, you're not a member, and that means there's no subscriptions because members subscribe, partners participate. And with the NWP system, there's two ways of participating. The first one is to be a partner with a portfolio. That's effectively where you've put a deposit in. And then there's the other side of things, which is the affiliate program. And that's if you would like to earn yourself a little bit of extra money, introduce your friends and build yourself from there. So there's the two options with NWP. Their offices are situated in the Trump Towers in Istanbul in Turkey. The company's registered there, and they have a very interesting goal, and that's to give you consistent weekly income. Because we understand that cash flow is more important than anything else, and if you have a consistent weekly income, that allows you to plan and allows you to get ahead in life. The profits that are generated from your deposit are done by professional traders, so you don't need to have any experience or anything yourself. The traders do it on your behalf, and they'll trade and get those profits on the Forex and commodities markets. Commodities being gold, oil, and silver. Typically, they'll use about 20% of your capital on a weekly basis. They don't use more than that because that just increases the risk. So they keep the trades very tight and low, making sure that you are able to get a profit on a weekly basis. So they don't put your money at risk. The main thing to understand is what makes NWP different. And there's three very distinct things that make NWP different. And that's firstly that you always have access to your money. It's like a savings account. You have your money there, it trades on a weekly basis. And at the end of the week, you can decide whether you want to leave your money with the brokers or you want to withdraw your capital. You will always get your profits. And that's the second thing that makes NWP different. There's none of this automatic compounding in the back office where your money is simply growing. What happens with NWP, at the end of the trading week, that's on a Friday night, your money is separated. Your profits are separated from the capital. The capital remains with the brokers. The profits are then sent to a third-party payment gateway. And from there, you can decide what you want to do with your money. This whole process of the fact that you need to be able to withdraw your capital, and you can withdraw it on a weekly basis, and also the profits are separated, this keeps the traders and everyone very accountable. They need to make sure that that money is available, and they need to deliver you profits on a weekly basis so that you can stay happy and you can decide to stay in the system. Their promise to you, so you need to be happy. If you're happy, you'll stay. If you're not happy, off you go. And that's what keeps everything accountable in the system. And effectively what's happening is every single member in NWP is actually auditing the system on a weekly basis. Because everyone's taking their profits out. They wouldn't just leave them there, because leaving profits in a third-party payment gateway, your money's not working for you. So you would either decide what you want to do, get your money out and spend it, or put it back into the system, whatever you want to do. But that's the three things that make NWP distinctly different from any other company. It's all very transparent in NWP. you'll see in your back office that the profits for the last week are shown. And what you see there is the gross profit, meaning that's the full profit that the traders made for the week. You, as the person with a deposit, will get half of that 50% of those profits. So you'll see there's the different portfolios, and I'll show you what they are in a moment. But there's the foundation portfolio, the growth portfolio, and the elite portfolio, as well as the boosters. You might have heard about the crocodile. The crocodile falls into the booster portfolios, and it gets a different result to your normal foundation portfolios, for instance. So there's the results. The 50% goes to the partners, the other 50% goes to the business volume. That's what sustains the business as well as the affiliate plan. Here are the foundation tiers, starting with the foundation portfolio. And the minimum that you can put into the system is $10. That's your start portfolio in the foundations, up to $10,000 or $9,999 to be exact. And what you'll see here is that they are trading to a monthly target. The 5% that they look for on a monthly basis is you don't have to wait a month. You get paid that on a weekly basis. So you receive all your profits weekly. It's the accumulation of that profits on a weekly basis that will add up to your 5% in the foundation. But it's not just 5%. They are looking for a target anywhere between 5 to 10% in the foundation portfolios. Then your growth portfolios, starting with a deposit of $10,000. There they're looking at 8% or more. The range there that they're trading and looking in is the 8 to 12% monthly. And then there's the elite portfolios for the premium asset management clients, and that's $50,000 or more deposited. And there you're looking at a 10 to 15% monthly target. So all of those profits are received by you on a weekly basis, and you decide what you want to do with it. When you're ready to start, these are the currencies that are accepted for your deposits. That's USDT, BNB, or USDC on the Ethereum network, the Binance network, or the Polygon network. Just remember that any deposit made before Monday midnight UK time will still get profits on the weekend. So if you only made your deposit today, you won't be getting any profits on Saturday, for instance, but you will get your profits next weekend and every weekend after that. Your withdrawal, and these are the only fees that are charged by the NWP system. When you make your withdrawal, the minimum withdrawal from the Polygon network is $5, and the minimum withdrawal from the BEP or the Binance network is $10. There's a 5% fee charged on your profits of bonuses. And let's just give you an example there. $10, 5% of $10 would be 50 cents. So therefore, if you're going to be withdrawing $10, you will receive $9.50 after the fee has been taken. You don't pay any fees up front. They are taken from your withdrawal when you make it. When you want to withdraw your capital, and you can do that on the weekend when your money's not in trade, the first time you withdraw your capital, there's no charge on that. And the second time or any time after that, there's a 2% charge on your capital withdrawal. Let's just have a look at this weekly cycle. So you would begin, you put your money in, you open your portfolio. That portfolio then trades with the brokers. They generate a profit for you from a Monday to Friday. On a Friday night at midnight, those profits are separated and sent to a third-party payment gateway, when those profits will wait for you until you make the withdrawal. You can withdraw as long as you've got a minimum of $5, and that will be sent to your private crypto wallet. I suggest a private crypto wallet, or what we call a transfer wallet. It's much easier and less hassle than sending your money directly to an exchange. Rather send it to a private wallet, and then you decide what you want to do with it. You have control all the way. As I mentioned, there's no automatic reinvestment in the system. So if you had profits and you wanted to put them back, you would actually need to make the withdrawal like everyone makes, and then decide what you want to do once that's in your crypto wallet. You would then redeposit should you want to open another portfolio. And as long as you've deposit $10 or more, you can open yourself a portfolio. Once there's a portfolio open, that'll go into the normal profit generations and you'll receive your profit on the weekend. Now, you might have heard about the crocodile, and this is the power of $12. This was launched on the 3rd of February. Phase 1 ends in 3 days' time. So if you haven't got phase 1 of the crocodile, you've still got 3 days until Sunday night to get yourself a crocodile. And you're probably thinking, well, at $12, I mean, really, what's that going to do for me? And we'll have a look at that in a moment. But how it works is you put in $12, and the company in phase 1 will add $28 to that. This gives you $40 earning power on a weekly basis. So instead of you earning only from your $12 that you deposit, you're now starting to earn on $40. This effectively gives you about 3.3 times the power that your $12 would have normally given you. Just remember that the crocodile is only one per person. If you had a previous booster, you won't be able to take a crocodile because the rule says that you only allowed one booster per person. And remember also that when you've earned $40 in profit from the crocodile, your crocodile comes to an end. When you've got a crocodile, now that $40 that we look at there, that's always kept separate. If you've got other portfolios, it doesn't mean that your crocodile comes to an end when you've earned $40. When you've earned actually $40 on the crocodile, that's when it comes to an end. But any other portfolio, there's no termination or end period on them. So if you've got a normal $10 or $12 in the system, that'll carry on and trade and give you profits until such time as you decide to take your capital back. Let's just have a look at the power, and often we look at $12 and that's 200 Rand for the people that are in South Africa. You wonder what $12 could do and why there's a crocodile. Well, let's look at if you put in $12, 200 Rand every month for 5 years, that's 60 months. Your total capital that you would have deposited in that time period would have been $720. So that would be your earning base at that stage. Now, what would that do and how would the growth look after 5 years? Well, the projected growth on the normal foundation portfolios, because remember, this is underneath $10,000, so you would still be in a foundation portfolio. It's only when you've got more than $10,000 that you move into the growth portfolios. But your growth on this type of monthly saving of $12 would be about $5,000 in 5 years. So it just gives you an idea. And you've put in 720, your growth from your 720, and that's putting back your profits, you would then receive or have a total of $5,000 in your portfolio. Take that another 14 months, just 14 months more onto that 5, and carry on putting your $12 in, and your portfolio would have grown to $10,000. And then you into the growth portfolio, and you're going to be receiving the bigger percentage on a monthly basis. So that just gives you an idea of the power and what $12 can actually do for you. NWP has WhatsApp chat support, and that's available on that number. Email is a little bit slower, so I would recommend the WhatsApp chat support if you are looking for support. There's a website, that's nwprofits.com. NW stands for Network Profits. As I mentioned earlier, the offices are in the Trump Towers in Istanbul in Turkey. When you're ready to start, there's this little link tree that we've put together. Now, one of the things that we've added actually today on this is a simple link where you can just click the link tree and it'll take you automatically to support. So you don't have to worry about trying to save that number, memorize the number. Just download the link tree. It's got lots of videos and information for you and how to get started, etc. As well as a click, you just click on that, opens up WhatsApp, and you can send support a message. So we believe that's a nice little handy tool for you to use should you need it. Let's have a look at the affiliate plan. Although 200 Rand sounds like a little bit of money. We understand not everyone's got 200 Rand. What the affiliate plan actually does for you is you don't even need a single cent to be able to participate in the affiliate plan. This is about building a community. And as you build your community and your referral base, you are building your weekly income. There's no upfront bonuses in NWP. That's all based on a weekly cycle. And that makes it sustainable, transparent. And this is where your network truly becomes your net worth. From that 50% split that I mentioned earlier, this is where the affiliate plan is paid from. And remember, you're only earning on profits. You're never earning on someone else's deposit. And that makes it 100% sustainable. The affiliate plan consists of 3 different bonuses. That's the direct bonus, the binary income, and the matching bonus. These are all paid weekly, and you just need to have qualified and you can start receiving these bonuses. So let's have a look at just a reminder that 50% split. All these bonuses that I talk about come from the 50% business volume. They're not coming from your referrals earnings. His earnings are separated from that's his 50%. You're going to earn from the company portion, the other 50% of what we call the business volume. When you've introduced someone and they put their deposit and open a portfolio, you will earn 15% of whatever they earn on a weekly basis. You'll notice that there's referral links in your back office if you have registered, and that's you've got a left link and a right link. That's because it's a binary system. We'll explain that. But if you're unsure about which link to use, please just speak to the person who invited you so that he can tell you or they can tell you which side they recommend you put your referrals into. You're thinking, well, I haven't got that $12. How am I going to earn the $12? Well, if you had a referral and they were making $80 profit a week, you'd be receiving the 15% direct bonus, and that's $12 a week. So you could actually start by doing $12 a week instead of $12 a month. Think of that. And you could, instead of waiting 60 months for that sort of growth, you could probably 60 weeks, you'd get exceptional growth from that sort of investment. Right, so let's have a look at the binary. This is the second income that you can get. This is where you earn 15% on the matched business volume. Now, the matched business volume sounds very complicated. It's not. You've simply got a left team and a right team, and you will earn a bonus from the business volume created or generated from your lesser team. So the smaller team, that's where you're going to be earning your binary from. However, spillover volume also counts. The binary bonus is kept to $5,000 a week. So let's look at an example of binaries and earnings here, or just the way you can earn from the binary. Max here has referred Joe. He actually didn't refer Erica. Erica is on his right-hand side in this case. And when you look at the binary, your binary might be left, right, right, left. That's why I speak to the person that's introduced you so that you know where your spillover may occur and where your personal referral leg is. If you get spillover, it's always a nice bonus. It's never guaranteed. That's up to your team above you, whether they're actually active and doing something, they might create a bit of spillover for you. So in this case, Max has got volume on both sides of his business. He is binary qualified because the system looks, is there volume on the left? Is there volume on the right? And in this case, he'll get paid on the leg and the volume, the business volume on a weekly basis that's created from Joe's leg, because that is the smaller leg in this case. Just looking at how to become binary qualified, you might look at your genealogy, and that's in your back office, and you'll see I've got people underneath me. Who are these people? Well, if you don't know who they are, they're probably your spillover. They'll occur in one of your legs, either on the right or left side. And you'll also notice in your back office that it'll show a left and right deposit. If you've seen deposit in one of those areas, that's not your deposit. That's the team below you in one of these legs, either right or left. It could be in both. And if you see volume in both of your legs, that means you are already binary qualified and you will be earning the binary bonus of 15% of the business volume generated on a weekly basis. So if this was you in this picture and you needed now to be binary qualified, you would simply introduce someone into your left side here. They might take the crocodile. And because there's now a volume in your left leg and your right leg, you'll be binary qualified. You don't need to introduce someone in both of these legs. You just need to have volume in both your legs. So in this case, you would have only needed to introduce someone into the left. And again, because there's volume on the right side, and if that volume is bigger than the left, it just depends on the people's deposits. So let's say, for instance, the red person that you've introduced has just put in $10,000, and the people on the right have a sum total of 4,000. Well, that means that your left leg is then bigger than the right, and you will be paid on the right-hand side. If that wasn't the case, you would just continue and introduce more people, or that person would introduce people to create it. And what you're trying to do is balance your binary, because when you've balanced your binary, or when you're building the smaller leg, that's the leg you're getting paid on. If that leg becomes bigger, well, then you'll get paid on the opposite leg. And that's how the binary works. The last of the weekly bonuses is called the matching bonus. And what happens here is once you've referred someone and they start earning the binary, you'll start earning a matching bonus on whatever they earn from the binary on a weekly basis. 5% on your level 1, that's your direct referrals. And you can have as many direct referrals as possible. They will all be on your level 1. The referrals of those direct referrals will be on level 2 here. There's no, incidentally, when we talk about the binary, there's no levels in the binary. You are paid infinite levels deep. So whether your person is actually on the first level or they on the 50th level, your binaries get paid. And you might have referrals on any of those levels, but when the system looks at them for the matching bonus, your referrals are all on level 1, your referrals of the referrals level 2, and then the referrals of those level 2 partners, they are on level 3. And that is the 3 bonuses that you can get on the weekly basis. And that is my presentation for this evening. So I'm here to help you and answer any of your questions. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask.
You mentioned the withdrawal fees earlier.
Yes.
I see there is 5 and 10%. I think one is Polygon, the other one should be USDT Binance or something.
Yes.
When do they apply? Because I see there are 2. Then what is happening there with regards to?
There's still it's 5% on the withdrawal. But what happens if you use the Polygon network? You can withdraw $5. If you're using the Binance network on the BEP20 protocol, then the minimum withdrawal on the BEP20 is $10. That's the difference. So if you only want to withdraw $5, the Polygon is the slightly cheaper option anyway. So that's the one that I would stick to if I was you, on making most of the withdrawals. The reason why BEP20 was introduced is that a lot of people, when they are taking their money out into the banks, to the exchanges, that's when you would probably need the BEP20 protocol. But if you were simply making a withdrawal to perhaps put it back into the NWP system, I would recommend you stick with Polygon. That will be the cheapest and the easiest way. And also you can make the withdrawal of less than $10, because you might have $5 in your profit wallet and you might have $5 in your referral wallet, and you wanted to put those together and open a new portfolio, then you would be able to do that and you would make that withdrawal in Polygon.
Okay, no, thanks very much.
Okay, so it's still 5%. That doesn't change. It's just the amount that you can withdraw. Okay.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
Megan, yes.
Thank you for the informative presentation, Rich. I genuinely appreciate it. I just have two questions, if you don't mind. If you could just quickly, I missed it, if you could give the 3 weekly bonuses, just the names. It's binary match. What is it?
There's a direct bonus, there's a
Oh,
binary income, and then there's the matching bonus.
matching. Okay. And then also, if you don't mind, if you could just like quickly explain, I'm not quite clear on the left and right a situation, where you refer people. How does it work exactly?
Right. So what happens for you to be able to earn a binary, you need people on your left and your right. Okay. But let's say, for instance, you are in a leg and you were introduced by someone. You will find that although you might not be able to see it, you are either in their left or their right leg. Now, let's say, for instance, you were in their left leg. If they introduce someone else, that person, if they're going to put that person into the left leg, that person will automatically come underneath you, because they can't put the person, they can either put the person in on the left or the right leg. So if you're already in that left leg, for instance, the next person that your sponsor introduces will come into the left leg, and that'll be a person underneath you.
And your sponsor is the person who referred you?
Referred you, that's correct, yes. Okay.
They will automatically go underneath you? Yes,
if your sponsor was putting that person into the left leg like they put you into the left leg, for instance. Okay. Now you will see, if you look at your picture, you've got someone in your left leg, but you haven't got anyone in your right leg, because you can only put people in your right leg. Are you're picking up this picture?
Honestly, sorry, no, I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Let me open a whiteboard. Here was your sponsor. Okay. He refers you.
Yes.
Okay. So here's Megan. Okay.
Yes.
Now, let's say, for instance, he's just started, he's put you in, and he needs someone on his right-hand side. So he puts Joe in on the right-hand side. You joined with a crocodile, so effectively you've got $40, for instance, but Joe decided he would join with $140. So he took the crocodile and he put an extra $100 in. Now, your sponsor now needs to build this side, because this is his smaller leg. So the next person he's going to introduce, and that person might also have the crocodile. Let's say this is Sue, and Sue puts in a crocodile. Do you see what happened here? Here's your sponsor. He put you in. He's put Joe in as well. And now the total on this leg for your sponsor is 80, and he's still short of money on this side, because Joe's got more than the both of you together. Okay. Now, your sponsor, he can't find any more people at this moment in time. His friends are waiting for payday or whatever. And now you look at your business, and let's change the color here. And we're going to say, right, so Megan's looking at her business. She's got Sue here with $40, but your brother, and what's your brother's name?
Warren.
So Warren joins, and Warren's he takes the crocodile, because he just wants to test things. Okay. And you see what's happened now is you now binary qualified, because you've got Sue over here and you've got your brother over here. Okay.
Because is that because it's all adding up to 120, or am I incorrect?
It's adding up to 120 for your sponsor. Okay. So he would actually have 120 on this side now, because you've brought your brother in. He still hasn't got more. So if he actually introduced someone else, he'd probably then still put someone under Sue. And now if he puts a crocodile in there, for instance, and he brings Fiona in, let's say now he's got 160, and the next time he introduces someone, he's probably going to bring them in this side, because now this leg where you in is actually become the bigger leg, and he's going to then start building on that side.
Do you have to manually put people in on the left or right, or is it automatically done for you when you refer new people?
No, you manually select, because you've got those two referral links in your back office, and you then manually select whether you want to send your left link or your right link to whoever you want to, and you decide where you want to put them in.
Oh, okay.
So when you've got your rich uncle, and your rich uncle is now interested, you typically, because you know what's happening above you, because in your team, it's not just your sponsor, there's people above your sponsor. Okay. So when you've got your rich uncle, you put your rich uncle in here, and he puts his 50,000 in. Okay. And then all you do in future after that is add people on this side until you've got more volume on this side than your rich uncle's 50,000. So that's sort of how we build, trying to balance all the time.
It's clearer. Thank you.
Okay. It looks a bit complicated, but it's actually easy once you start to, when you see things start to happen, it sort of all falls into place.
On the introducing people on the right. Okay. The referrals on the right, how many should I introduce? Does it matter, or many do I need to introduce to be on my right leg?
Okay, so it depends on how much money they're going to be putting in, because you're always looking at balancing the money side of things, not the number of people. If you've got, let's say, for instance, you've got one person with a crocodile with $40, but you've got another person on your other leg with $40,000. Well, you're going to need 1,000 crocodiles to balance out the people with the big money on the other side. So you always look at the money, you don't look at the number of people, and then you build and you try to balance your money side of the business. So when we try to say you're building and balancing your two legs, it's to balance the money on your left and the money on your right, because you're getting paid on whatever business volume is created. So the more business volume that's generated, the more you're going to get paid. But you're getting paid on your smaller leg. So you put as much into your smaller leg so that it actually becomes the bigger leg, and then you'll get paid on the other side, because that'll become the smaller leg. So it's always a case of balancing the money, not the number of people.
Oh, okay. So let's say I've introduced somebody on my right leg, and for $12 crocodile. Then they introduce somebody for $50. So I also need that much on my left leg.
Okay, let's have a look. Let me open the whiteboard again. So here you are. So here's Dorcas. Okay.
Yes.
Now, in this side, you've got someone here, and they put in $20,000.
Yes.
Okay. And you've got...
And that person is not introduced by me.
It doesn't matter. That's the big thing.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. The system doesn't care who brought that person in. If they fall in your leg, it contributes to your volume.
Okay.
So if this person here has got a crocodile, for instance, that's worth $40 in your structure, and this person's got a crocodile, you just carry on building this side of your business until such time as your business on this side, and there'll probably be other people that come in here, because if you didn't know this person with 20,000, the person with 20,000 normally has a friend, and he brings his friend in, and the friend puts 5,000 in. So now, and let's say that one's got a crocodile. So your business volume in this side of your business, the system's going to look at what's the total here and what's the total here. okay, because that's your
Okay.
left leg, and your left leg's got 25,040, and your right leg's got 80. Well,
Only 80.
you're going to get paid on 80. So your objective here is to carry on building your right leg so you can just, and you never have to worry about your left leg until such time as you have exceeded that on the right-hand side with volume, and then you can go and build on the left again if you want to. But
Okay.
here you're always trying to balance the money. So I know, and it's not about what packages are there, and it's not your people. That it doesn't have to be your people. That's what's happened on the left here is probably what we call spillover, and
Yes.
you just go and build your sides whichever side of your business you need the extra volume on. That's it.
On the back office, does it show how much I have with the money on the left and the right?
It does. So in your back office, you'll see it says deposit left and deposit right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That deposit left and deposit right's got nothing to do with your portfolios. It's whatever has been deposited in your left leg and whatever has been deposited in your right leg.
Okay.
And that's all. That's what you need to look at.
Thank you so much, Rich.
Pleasure, Dorcas. Thank you very much, everyone. Do have a good evening further. And we have the same meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time as this evening using the same link. And then we also have training sessions on a Wednesday, 8 o'clock South African time or 7 o'clock Nigerian time on a Wednesday. Those are the meetings that we have at the moment. So do have a good week further. Look forward to Saturday and your profits. And if there's anything that you do need, please just give me a shout on the group and I can help in any way that I can. Thanks very much. Good night, everyone.
Thanks.